Doing on this first day after the July 4th holiday? Well, it's solid. The Dow Jones up 156 points to open up.
Starts now.
Good afternoon, and thank you for watching Fox 10 Live at 3. It's Monday, July 6th. I'm Ashlyn Mitchell. Let's kick off our trending topics today. We begin with the latest from the deadly downtown Pensacola shooting. The Pensacola Police Department giving us an update earlier this morning. Police say that the shooting involves an ongoing feud between gangs. Pensacola police confirming that 19-year-old Philip Shepard is the person who died. They also gave an update on the other victims and said 5 of the 6 victims that were sent to the hospital are now released. PPD also mentioning in the news conference that they had a lot more information, but were not able to share it because it could hinder the case. No one has been arrested for the shootings so far, but we are continuing to follow this story, and Fox 10's Dacian Smith will have a full update for you on Fox 10 News at 4 and 5. In the meantime, the suspect in the Augustine Drive homicide receiving a $1 million bond after his hearing this morning. The Baldwin County Sheriff's Office confirming with Fox 10 that a 17-year-old son killed his mom and dad was stabbed and airlifted to a hospital. Here's a look at that scene just last night. Investigators say they are still trying to determine a motive, but the teenage suspect will be tried as an adult and is facing multiple charges, including murder and attempted murder. Fox 10's Hal Sherrick is working on this story and will have all the details in the next hour. And a sad update today to the missing teen on Horn Island. Confirming that the body found on the northwest side of the island is 18-year-old Nolan Wells. Officials say Wells' mother reported him missing late Saturday night, and the last time he was seen alive was 3 p.m. on July 4th. The search for Wells involved several agencies, including the Jackson County Sheriff's Department, the Department of Marine Resources, the Gulf Islands National Seashore, the U.S. Coast Guard, and the United Cajun Navy. Wells played football at Ocean Springs High School and Southwest Mississippi Community College. Our thoughts certainly with his loved ones during this time. And we are just getting started. The 4 o'clock in your most local news at 5 is coming up very soon. But first, here's Brendan Kirby on what he's working on today.
Ashton, we're here at Government Plaza covering the preliminary hearing of James Howard. He is charged with hitting a hit and run in a horrific accident that occurred in November on Halls Mill Road. This accident struck a bicyclist, severely injuring her. We spoke with her mother, who is just devastated by this, and here's a little bit of what she had to say.
We did 50 days in ICU on life support. We didn't know if she was going to make it or she didn't, so we're very grateful that she is alive, but her life has changed forever.
And we will have much more on this at Fox 10 News at 5.
At this point in time, we have lost an officer in the line of duty, and 2 other ones have been injured, and then also a canine, a dog from the Wayne County Sheriff's Office was also injured.
A police officer is among 4 people killed in a shooting in Ohio. The deadly shooting happened last night in Rittman. Authorities there say the officer, identified as Sergeant Scott Rise, responded to a disturbance call at a home when he was killed. Police say the suspect, a Wayne County man, also killed a mother and her 13-year-old daughter. That suspect is also dead. 4 Medina County Sheriff officers were also struck by gunfire, along with a Wayne County Sheriff's canine officer. And the New York Police Department is investigating a shooting in Coney Island, New York on July 4th, where at least 8 people were shot. Police say a family was having a courtyard barbecue when a masked suspect approached the fence and fired at them before running away. 4 adults and 4 children, ages 6, 7, 12, and 14 were hit. A 21-year-old woman was shot in the chest and was in critical condition. A gun was also recovered from the scene. Police said there was no indication of any argument or altercation before this shooting. And meanwhile, police in Los Angeles County have not made any arrests in 3 shooting incidents just last night. 4 people were shot at different scenes in close proximity to each other in the East Los Angeles community. In fact, they all happened within 10 minutes of each other shortly after Mexico lost to England in the World Cup. There were people in the street carrying Mexican flags at the time, but it's not known if the shootings are related to the game or connected to each other. All 4 victims were taken to local hospitals with unknown injuries. And the man charged with killing conservative activist Charlie Kirk was in court today. The multi-day preliminary hearing for 23-year-old Tyler Robinson is an important step in Utah's court system. It's for the judge to determine if probable cause supports those charges. Both the prosecution and defense are set to provide evidence, and if the judge allows the case to proceed, Robinson will then have a hearing and a chance to enter pleas.
So you never attended any kind of, I'll just use the word debrief or meeting to talk about what the officers on scene were going to do that day to keep everybody safe?
No, not that morning.
Do you know if there was such a meeting?
I don't know, because when I got there, it was people were throwing stuff down on the tent.
Kirk's parents and widow are expected to attend this hearing.
Hope you're having a great Monday afternoon. It is hot outside. Definitely going to be a sticky and steamy afternoon. Heat index values in some spots already approaching the triple-digit mark, and we're already seeing some sea breeze storms come alive along our stretch of the Gulf Coast. Here's a look at the radar scan right now. Notice some lightning-packed storms right along I-10 and just north of there across Jackson and Mobile County right now, beginning to stretch up towards Big Point, moving over towards Union Church, just north of Grand Bay. Notice right now Dawes getting in on some thunderstorm activity. A lot of this is lifting northward, so some of these storms are going to be advancing towards the Mobile Airport and Airport Boulevard in short order. And you can see along the Highway 84 corridor some storms in between Coffeyville and Grove Hill, and a lot of these storms are going to continue to push towards the east, kind of skimming northern Monroe County in time. When we take a look at the Panhandle right now, just a few isolated pop-up style storms moving across Munson, Florida. And you can see right now just some splash and dash, primarily shower activity in Fort Walton Beach. Our air mass super saturated right now with quite a bit of moisture. And of course, it's energized due to all this heat. And the humidity is what's going to be driving those heat index values up and also helping to fuel some of these thunderstorms. So as far as our muggy meter is concerned, looks like we're going to be in the miserable category as we take it into Tuesday and Wednesday, and just primarily muggy for Thursday. We're right back to miserable though for Friday and Saturday. And with these high dew points combined with just some dangerous heat, we're going to be looking at some heat index values that will really catch up with you if you're not careful. They could go as high as about 105, possibly to 107. Take a look at the current conditions right now, and as you can see, we are looking at some upper 80s in Mobile, 92 right now for Pensacola, some low 90s for Jackson and Meridian, also Montgomery. And here's a look at the satellite and radar, and notice those thunderstorms really beginning to get a little bit more numerous towards the north and east of Conecuh County. Clouds moving in from the Gulf, and a lot of the storms that we've been watching early in the afternoon have remained offshore. Now, as we head on into your Tuesday, it's going to be partly sunny, hot and steamy again. Coastal storms during the AM, and then another round of splash and dash thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon. We'll talk more about the risk of rip currents and what's in store for the next 7 days a little bit later in the show.
All right, good to know, Kelly. Thank you. Quite the controversial World Cup U-turn. FIFA stunning the soccer world by allowing Team USA's top scorer to play in tonight's high-stakes elimination match against Belgium. The reversal follows a call from President Donald Trump himself to the head of FIFA. Michael Yoshida has the latest on this extraordinary twist and the political storm it's created around the World Cup.
A stunning reversal. U.S. soccer player Folarin Balogun ruled eligible to play in the team's knockout clash against Belgium.
This is something that feels ripped from the WWE. It seems almost outlandish, insane that this man has been cleared.
The star striker was set to serve a one-game ban after getting a red card in the team's last match. At the time, many agreed the red card was questionable at best, but FIFA, the International Football Association that runs the World Cup, stood by the call, saying there was no route to appeal the suspension and Balogun would be unavailable in the next game. Then President Trump made his own call to the FIFA president.
I asked for a review because I didn't think it was a foul. And, you know, again, I'm good at this stuff.
Sunday, several days after that call, FIFA's disciplinary committee said it was using an obscure rule to suspend Balogun's automatic one-match ban.
on the one hand, a wrong has been righted because it wasn't a red card by any sensible reading of the rules or of the play, but now a new wrong has been enacted in doing this.
FIFA has offered little explanation for its decision, fueling criticism that an exception was made for the U.S. star after Trump complained.
This is unprecedented, to have the President of the United States involved in a field of play decision.
Belgium challenged the ruling, but FIFA denied their appeal, claiming Belgium has no standing, as many soccer organizations and fans from across the globe cry foul.
Definitely think that Trump played a trump card.
Then everybody gets a red card, everybody has the right to go to the president and ask for help? I don't know.
I'm Michael Yoshida reporting.
Yeah, no, opinions are all over regarding that decision, but if you are looking for a great atmosphere to watch tonight's game, here's a look at just some of the big watch parties in our own area. In Mobile County, parties are happening at the Outsider, O'Daly's, Dave & Buster's, Fairhope Brewing, Mobile. And in Baldwin County, the city of Daphne Lot Park is also hosting, including Fairhope Brewing, Fairhope Soccer Complex, and the Big Beach Brewing Company. Turning to Pensacola, 200 South Tap House, Perfect Plain Brewing Company, O'Reilly's Irish Pub, and these are just a few. You can find many more watch parties viewers have let us know about on our website, fox10tv.com. Just click on the sports tab and you'll see the full list there. Your time is 3:11 now on this Monday. Thanks so much for staying with us here on Fox 10 Live. Still much more to come right after the break. We will see you in just a moment.
Committed to you. This is Fox 10 Live.
All right, welcome back into Fox 10 Live at 3. I am over the moon to have Kelly joining us for some of our headlines today. In case you missed it, she made her debut here on Fox 10 all morning long, and now this is your first Fox 10 Live at 3.
Yes, I'm excited about this show. It's so much fun, and I love all the stories.
I know, we're so happy to have you here.
Fun.
Welcome in at 3 because we are talking about fried chicken, because today is National Fried Chicken Day, so this is a great way to kick things off today.
Absolutely. The practice of deep frying chicken in fat was brought to the U.S. actually by Scottish immigrants.
In the time since, it's become a staple comfort food and one of the highlights of America's rich cultural melting pot.
So whether it's at home, in a restaurant, or out on a picnic, take a moment to enjoy National Fried Chicken Day with some golden deep fried poultry goodness.
Ooh. Okay, what's your favorite, Kelly?
Okay, I love fried chicken, and I like a fried chicken thigh. And you know, during the summer months, growing up and even now, we would pack fried chicken and bring it with us out on the boat with some potato logs, and it is the perfect snack when it's hot outside and you're on the boat, and you know the chicken's got protein, and you know you put it in the ice chest. It's actually pretty good cold. I'm serious.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, my mom loves it cold. I haven't tried it that way, but kindred spirits here. I feel like everyone loves fried chicken for the most part.
Oh, I
You really
know.
can't go wrong. So be sure to celebrate today, regardless of if you make it homemade or if you have a favorite restaurant where you're going to grab some. In the meantime, 2 golden rings from 2,000 years ago were found in Thailand.
Yeah, they were. Archaeologists made the discovery at a new excavation site.
The rings were found with, get this, human bones.
Unbelievable. One of the rings has engraved characters on it, believed to be a script from an ancient Indian writing system.
Interesting. While the other ring, which was found, is just plain gold.
Now, experts there believe that the ring's owner was a merchant.
This particular archaeological site was discovered this year.
And so far, archaeologists found human skeletons along with bronze and gold jewelry.
Wow, signaling the area could have been a ceremonial burial site for wealthy people or even the upper class. Kelly, we love jewelry, but these are interesting. I don't know if I would wear these.
They are very interesting, but it's just so neat to show, you know, that just for centuries and so many years, jewelry has been a part of culture.
Yeah, and this one specifically for 2,000 2,000 years. I can't even imagine finding something like that.
So 2,000 years is a really long time. And you know, the style of that ring, you know, you see rings like that around really. So
very simple. The engraving's really unique. Anxious to see what else they find out there because I know they found a lot of other items besides those 2 rings.
Yeah, and so it just goes to show that people wanted to be buried with their jewelry. I'm interested into what it would actually meant with the Indian script, like what the meaning was. You know, because if it was engraved on there, it had to have meant something.
Always so much intention. Yes. Very, very cool. In the meantime, Spain's Running of the Bulls, if you haven't seen this, it's pretty wild. This festival is underway in Pamplona.
It sure is. Fireworks were set off at noon local time today as thousands of revelers squeezed into the tiny square for the kickoff of the San Fermin Festival.
So the annual event actually started with a roar of "Long Live San Fermin," and while both locals and visitors put on their red bandanas, everyone celebrated in the streets.
This is huge. Now, the festival's official start is Monday with celebrations in the streets. The bull runs start Tuesday along the narrow cobbled streets of the town. I actually had a cousin that did this.
You're kidding.
No,
I was about to say, Kelly, have you heard of this? Meanwhile, she has a relative.
Yes,
do tell.
He did. My cousin Joey did this about 15 years ago. He loved it. We were, of course, hearing about it. The family wasn't very happy because, you know, you worry about him getting hurt.
I can imagine. How did he do?
Yeah,
did
he loved it. No, he didn't. He had a great time and actually encouraged, you know, other people in the family that are younger.
I probably wouldn't be convinced.
Yes, I'm the same way. Now, he does have a story that, you know, will stay with him till, you know, the end of his life. But yeah, I just don't think that I would have the courage.
Absolutely.
I'm not very trusting when it comes to bulls.
And especially these videos are wild too. I mean, they're crazy. But I can get on board with the sunny weather today.
Oh, yes. And it is going to be beautiful. Take a look at our Eastern Shore Toyota Camera Network quad cam right now. Looking gorgeous at the beach. Orange Beach right now. We are looking at some blue skies here. Waters are looking slick as glass. There's a low risk of rip currents for our Southwest Alabama beaches today, but across the Florida Panhandle, there is now a moderate risk of rip currents. We take a look where the Bayway meets the Causeway, looking beautiful. It's a lot brighter there. And in D'Iberville, that camera over Biloxi Bay looks great. Downtown Mobile, a few clouds here where we've had some thunderstorms across the central part of Mobile County, but that is taking the edge off the heat, thankfully. In fact, here's a look at the radar scan right now, and notice those lightning-packed storms right along I-10 and north, just really kind of clustering there over Grand Bay and along Old Pascagoula Road. Theodore, Tillman's Corner getting in on those thunderstorms, Dawes as well, and some of these storms look like they're just kind of raining themselves out. So we'll be watching that if you hit and miss showers near Heron Bay. Meanwhile, on the Highway 84 corridor in Clark County, thunderstorms right now moving from west to east over the Grove Hill area. Some of those storms that are right now beginning to move away from Thomasville will kind of skim northern Monroe County, and just some isolated action currently over the Florida Panhandle. We do have some scattered clouds. Temperature right now in Mobile is 87. We're sitting at 92 for Pensacola, 90 for Biloxi, right at 90 for Montgomery, and 89 up in Evergreen, where some thunderstorms are rolling through Connecticut County. As far as that muggy meter goes on this Monday, we are looking at some very miserable conditions today. We're going to keep the status quo for Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll drop it to the mid-70s for those dew points by Thursday, and we're back into the upper 80s for Friday and Saturday. That with the high heat means some heat index values are going to be moving into the danger zone yet again, 100 to 105 plus. There's a look at the satellite and radar, and you can see those thunderstorms primarily scattered beginning to fire up as we take into Tuesday. Partly sunny, hot and steamy yet again. Coastal morning showers, and then primarily the splash and dash variety as we head through the afternoon. There's a look right now at your 7-day tracker, and we are going to be looking at high temperatures for Tuesday in the low 90s. We'll keep that trend through the weekend. Wake up temperatures in the mid 70s.
All right, Kelly, thank you for that update. Your time 3:20 now on this Monday. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll be back with more Fox 10 Live after this break. We are leaving you with a live look into fairly cloudy downtown Mobile right now.
This is Steve Alexander on the assignment. Some of the stories we're following today, updating some of the stories we've been telling you about in the show and all day. Authorities have released the identities of the victims in that stabbing in Bell Forest. Again, an update on several stories, the deadly shootings in Pensacola and Mobile, just as things are happening. Again, a body found on Horn Island is believed to be that of a missing Ocean Springs teenager. Also, I reached out to the Alabama State Fire Marshal's office to try to get the latest information on that fire at the Evergreen hunting camp that killed 2 men. Has a cause been determined? Also still developing, the search for a 2-year-old girl reported missing last week in Mobile, last seen on Schillinger Road Thursday night. And if you want to watch the World Cup, and a lot of people do, of course, are there watch parties tonight in Mobile?
And again, you can catch those stories on Fox 10 News at 4 and 5. But before we wrap up today, quite the story to end here. Some crews in California save a 70-year-old man after getting lost on a fishing trip. Listen to this. 70-year-old Ronnie Packard, his car was spotted by a volunteer from the Air Squadron in a very remote area around 20 miles northeast of Pine Flat Lake. Well, shortly after finding his car, they were able to find him about 500 feet from his vehicle. Thankfully, he was alert and in good health. Paramedics were able to airlift him to receive medical care. So thankful that that was a positive ending to that story, and thankful for what all of our EMS workers do every single day to keep us safe here and beyond. We want to thank you for spending your afternoon with us here on Fox 10 Live at 3. Be sure to stick around for Fox 10 News at 4. That starts in 30 minutes from right now. We'll see you there.